What's going on, boys? My name is Sid, and two quick updates before I start this video. This video is going to be about Alpha Grand Prix and the new handling there, but yes, two quick updates on the Goosiest channel. Yes, the face of racing game drifting. The video where I taught him how to drift in the Crew 2 has gone up. Check that out. I'll link it in the description. I should remember. If I forgot, remind me in the comments. Other than that, my video of that same footage, but the other side, because we recorded for an hour. So there's a lot of footage to show as well, which I will show, my side of it. That will be out in the next week. And the other update is that tonight, probably by the time you're watching this video, the new Elite bundle is going to be revealed. So if you're watching this past the day it came out, don't even worry about it, because I've probably already got videos on all of the cars in the Elite bundle. But if you're watching this the day it came out, I'm going to be streaming tonight, UK time. Well, I'm probably going to be late, so I won't even give a time. Just within an hour or two from this video going up, I'm going to be streaming the new Elite Bundle reveal, which is happening today. But today, what's going on, boys? My name is Sid. Subscribe with notifications on. It would be very much appreciated. Pardon me. I've got so many videos on the Crew 2 in so many different types and styles of video that, honestly, after this one, just check out one of my other videos. It'll be in your recommended, so just give it a watch. But yes, boys, today I want to talk about the handling update to Alpha Grand Prix. I believe they didn't update all this time around like they did last time, because this thing feels pretty similar to what it was before. But what I'm driving right now is the Spear Edition of the, or is it, what is it called? Is it called the Spear Edition? I forget. But that edition of the KTM Expo, because the KTM Expo was, at least previously, the absolute best Alpha Grand Prix vehicle in the spec. By far the best. In fact, it carried on quite a fun trend. That trend was only broken once. It was that every new added Alpha Grand Prix car was the best in the spec. We started Alpha Grand Prix with the Red Bull RB13. This was basically, well, this was the first one that was in Alpha Grand Prix. Oh my god, it's so much nicer to use now. Oh my god, it's actually a usable Alpha Grand Prix car. Which, yes, I'm saying that because before, it was unusable. Absolutely unusable. And your only other option at the time was the Proto Mark II, which we'll come back to. But then we got the Red Bull RB14 and the 14 Disruption Edition. And out of those two, both of them, and the Disruption Edition especially, were now the new best Alpha Grand Prix cars. They were the first added Alpha Grand Prix cars, and, yeah, the best ones. So that started the trend. The first added Alpha Grand Prix car, instantly the best, until the next added Alpha Grand Prix car, which was also instantly the best, the Alpha Mark X, another concept Alpha Grand Prix car like the Proto Mark II. This thing, straight away the best in the spec entirely. And again, basically meaning that every other Alpha Grand Prix car you could use was pointless. They were unusable. There was no point in using any other Alpha Grand Prix car. Until they added the KTM Expo, which was the absolute best Alpha Grand Prix car in the spec. In fact, till this new handling change, still was. And the only one to ever break that trend was, well, it was the Tractor. It was the Yacid design Tractor F1 car, which, I mean, it sucks. It was definitely good. It was better than the Mark X. So it was like the second best if you count both the Expos as one car, right? It was like the second best Alpha Grand Prix car. But what's the new best Alpha Grand Prix car? Well, I'm here to answer that question. So first of all, let's go into a race with the old best Alpha Grand Prix car. Race in Alpha Grand Prix, obviously. We'll go one like, okay, there's this one track that I really like, but I forget, I don't know what track it is by name. We'll go, is it the, maybe it's the Giants. It might be the Giants. I'm hoping it's the Giants. You know what? It feels like it. It might be the Giants. This might be the track that I like the atmosphere of. Yes, it is this track. Okay, so we're gonna run it in this car, the old... Okay, let's try it one more time so we don't crash straight off the jump. Come on now. Here we go. Let's try this again. So, I'm fairly certain the way they did it was they updated one of them. Did they update the RB14? I believe, like, just the RB14, weirdly. Right, they didn't touch any of the others. They only updated the RB14. And then this time around, I think they updated everything except the Expos? Maybe? You know what? I'll fact check that after this run. But this is a pretty enjoyable race. And this car, it's because this car just feels like exactly how it felt before. I'm doing that based completely and entirely on a hunch. I realize I'm not using Nitro Chem. So what I'll do is whatever parts I am using on this car, I'll just swap those exact parts over to the Mark II. Are we already on lap 2? Yes, we are. Is this a 4-lap race? Damn, it's a lot of laps. Oh, see? This is a really good car, okay? If like, this isn't the best, like, there's better than this, right? And think how nicely this is taking everything. Of course, like I said with the last video, sure, comments do boost the video slightly, but also, I just genuinely want to know what you boys think of the new handling. Because especially in Alpha Grand Prix, like Touring Car, the old cars, any car that wasn't the best, was pointless to use. Like, they would actually be, like, you'd be at a fully disadvantage. You'd just be sliding around. It was goofy, because it was an Alpha GP, right? Basically, a pseudo F1. And cars in that are sliding everywhere? Like, it didn't make much sense. Not much sense at all. So, thankfully, we actually have all the cars being usable to a degree now. It's great. Oh, God, that took that really nice. I'm kind of worried. Am I going to be able to be this good in that car? Because I'm also used to the KTM Expo. So if I get... what's the word I'm looking for? I'm way more used to the KTM Expo. Especially if, once we fact check this after, it hasn't been handling updated. Because then I'm literally just driving the car that I have been in Alpha GP for the last ages already. Time to beat is... a 2-minute, like 40, a 2-minute 42. Here we go. Okay, so a 2-minute 42. Is that my best run on this ever? Oh my God, yeah, it is. Okay, a 2:41.6. Right. Okay, yeah, so the updated Alpha Grand Prix cars was the RB13, RB14 Disruption, because they already updated the RB14, the Mark X, Mark II, and the American Petrol Yasser design. Yeah, so the KTMs, they weren't updated. They already had the newest handling model. This time around, that actually makes sense. They did that for Rallycross, but this time it actually makes sense because, like I say, the new handling actually levels the playing field, and that is for this car. This car right here. Yes, if you didn't know, I made a video recently explaining how that very car, the Proto Mark II, is secretly a Bugatti. It's the Bugatti 101P, a concept by Sean Bull that presumably the Crew 2 bought from him, but then later on, either that expired or the exclusivity or whatever, or just they came around to it. In the end, it ended up being a Bugatti. Bugatti must have also bought the same license, and that thing became a Bugatti. And it's pretty funny to think that the moment I mention, hey, this car must be a Bugatti, or is technically a Bugatti, the Crew 2 instantly make it the best car in the spec. Because if you didn't know, there's already a meme with that. In Hypercar, the best cars in the spec for Hypercar, do you want to know what the last few best cars in the spec have been? The Bugatti Chiron 300 Plus, the current best. The Bugatti La Voiture Noir, the Bugatti Devo Magma Edition, the Bugatti Devo Emerald Edition. The Crew 2 has such a Bugatti bias that the moment it was like, wait, this thing might be a Bugatti, they went, make it the best. And well, we're gonna see that right now. Now, this was one of the worst cars to use. With the old handling, this was one of the most annoying ones. It was so sluggish, so slow to use. And now, okay, I'm really having to balance the throttle a bit, which isn't too nice. Okay. I'm really gonna have to see, is it even? Well, apparently, like, it's definitively better. So if I do worse, that's a big old skill issue from me. But what I hear from some of the pros is that it's not just, like, better at something. It's not just its nitro is more powerful, which, yes, different cars can have different power of nitros. I didn't even know that was, like, a thing till recently. But it's not just that, like, it's one thing that makes this the best. Apparently, it's everything. The turning, the power, the acceleration. Every single thing on this car makes it, like, so unreasonably better for Alpha Grand Prix in every single way. And honestly, I'm kind of feeling it. I mean, we won't see until I actually finish this race, but it's definitely, oh my God. It's so smooth. Why is it so smooth? Oh, this thing's naughty. Huh? Tell this thing to behave. Oh, and it's cool too, right? Like this was the first ever best Alpha Grand Prix car, right? Like that's pretty cool to think, actually. Yeah, this was the first ever Oh no. God damn it. Oh dear, oh no. This was the first ever best Alpha Grand Prix car. And now it's come around and is again the best Alpha Grand Prix car, right? The first ever best Alpha Grand Prix car has got its little stunt. It's had its stint of being dominated by every single added vehicle. And then finally, the very end, at the game's end of life, it gets a last hurrah, right? Like, I don't see anything else changing from here. I don't see, unless they add new Alpha Grand Prix cars, I don't see them changing the handling again, ever. Oh, and was that a that was a 238. Like, that was better, right? That was 3 seconds, I think. Is that exactly 3 seconds better? There you go. Exactly 3 seconds better. And if I go to the leaderboards, to the top of the leaderboards, and actually let them load for a minute. Okay, I'll load out and then load back into them and then check them. What was it? The Giants C leaderboards and top Mark II. Mark II. Look at it. I guess. Oh, so the Expo R is still a close second, but Mark II everywhere. In fact, let's check another race. Miami racetrack. Oh, what's that? The Mark II. Absolutely everywhere. Joined pretty close by the KTM Expo, in all fairness, right? Like, the KTM Expo is close, but no, the Mark II is everywhere. It's crazy good. Crazy good. Again, Mark II, everywhere. Like, it's every single race. Like, it's not one, it's not the... It's every single race. The Alpha Mark II, the new best Alpha Grand Prix car, and... it's the best Bugatti. If you want to find out why this thing is a Bugatti, check out the video on that. I will maybe link that in the description too. It'll probably be in your recommended though. Check that video out, or I'll put it on the end screen. Thank you to popular members, especially thank you to famous members, and an insane thank you to star member, Danimal the Manimal, TK Troller, and Grim Pepper. That's going to be about it from me, boys, in a bit.